Hey everybody, Zach First Night here back for another Movie Memories Monday. I think this is number 118. It's going to be for a movie I've been wanting to do for a couple months now. And it's going to be for, I think, the third film I've done in this set now, which is going to be for Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown. It says also as a subtitle, and Don't Come Back. It's a very good movie. Don't remember if it shows anything about it, I don't think so. But pretty much it's just about this letter that gets mysteriously sent to Charlie Brown. And asks for him to visit. I think what was it, France, I believe. Yeah, because it's French, and so it had to be translated though. I think through Linus. Linus helped translate it. I think no, was it Linus? No, I think it was Marcy. Marcy translated it, I believe. No, who was it? Can't remember if it was sent. I can't now if I remember. Yeah, I can't remember fully what the story was about. It's been a few months since I've actually seen it now, but I have seen it at least maybe 3 or 4 times. It's really good. It's possibly up there with my favorite, kind of close to Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown. Um, Snoopy Come Home was a really good one though too. I like that one a lot. But Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown is, yeah. So he gets a letter mysteriously sent to him. He doesn't know who it is from, but he just knows it's in France. And so him and Linus get to invited to go to France as like a foreign exchange program for their school, and Peppermint Patty and Marcy does too, but for their school. And I honestly thought they went to the same school personally, because many other specials I thought shown that they possibly did go in the same school, or am I just thinking of the Peanuts movie? But the anyway, they get sent there. Charlie Brown, Snoopy and Woodstock go as well. It's absolutely hilarious scene on the plane when Snoopy and Woodstock were. Well, Woodstock's not even supposed to be there, but it was hilarious how they did a lot of the scenes with them in the plane. It was hilarious. I really like also the fact that on the way, I think it was to the plane itself, yeah, or out of the plane. I can't remember which. There was a scene where Snoopy was wearing like these glasses and holding a briefcase. It was absolutely hilarious because he was kind of sassy doing that. And it was absolutely hilarious. He also was, I think, trying to get like the baggage claim coming out of the plane, I believe, and he was being so like high and mighty of himself. He thought of highly of himself, and because everyone was messing up so badly, grabbing their stuff, and he tries to use his umbrella to catch his, and he gets stuck inside it. And I don't know why that part always makes me laugh. I'm actually probably gonna watch this now after this video. It's absolutely hilarious. The scenes also where Snoopy, there's a scene I think on the way there. I think they're in London, because they had to travel to London and then travel to France. And there's a scene where Snoopy got out of the taxi cab with them, with Charlie Brown and Linus and all of them, and he went to like some type of tennis match, and it was hilarious. The I don't know why, like the what Snoopy does as a sideline to the stories of Peanuts are absolutely hilarious. That's definitely one of my favorites is when he was actually getting mad about, um, you know, playing tennis and he was losing or something like that, and he gets really mad and frustrated and messes with the referee. It's hilarious. And this was also, I think, the first time in the franchise where they actually showed and heard adults in this franchise. You'd never seen them. You always heard the wah 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 sounds that they do as like the teachers and adults. This was the first time they ever did that. And then honestly, even though I do prefer the old specials when it comes to adults, it still blended in with the story pretty well. It wasn't still the focus. They still focused it on Charlie Brown and the kids and all that, but they did have adults in it, and they did not do the wah 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 thing as much. And yeah, once they arrived, they realized that there was so Marcy and Peppermint Patty went to some type of French kid's place to stay and worked throughout there, and she kind of had a thing for this young boy that was there, but it was actually he who liked Marcy. Absolutely hilarious scenes where Peppermint Patty's just not all there. She always is in her own little world, so she doesn't realize that he didn't like Peppermint Patty, he liked Marcy. And Marcy even speaking French was absolutely hilarious, especially even if it's not the same voice actor, so you can tell it's not. There's also scenes where they're in a car and Marcy gets mad and speaks in French toward them, and it was absolutely hilarious when Snoopy also joins in and mocking the other drivers. It's hilarious. There was so Charlie Brown though and Linus ended up at this mansion that looked abandoned, and they stayed at night outside because it was locked and they didn't know who invited them, and it was storming out. And then the next morning, I think the next morning they had blankets on and food around them. So come to find out, there's this little girl who was standing inside that mansion, and she's the one who invited Charlie Brown, not the owner of that house, which is her uncle, I believe. And it's her uncle who had a feud with Charlie Brown's like great great grandfather or something like that, or grandfather or whatever. And he was like during some type of like a war. He was like a veteran, and I think Charlie Brown's big grandfather or whatever had a crush on, I think, this girl's um, aunt or no mom or whatever. I don't know if it was aunt or whatever. She uh, had like this keepsake of this item that belonged to his grandfather, and wanted to return him and also ask some questions. And I honestly thought that her and Charlie Brown would have been kind of like a thing, but it was actually her and Linus, which is actually pretty funny. And so pretty much like the uncle does come around to Charlie Brown. I'm not going to spoil how they come around to it because it's a good scene. And let's just say Linus does. Linus and Charlie Brown both help save the day, and Snoopy tries. But it was a very good movie. They do go back to obviously America, and it's just a very good special. A movie that I really recommend. It's very hilarious. Honestly, it's so good. I like the story. I like the character. I mean, I love the characters, but I think the story is great. It's just hard for me to, as much as I like this one, I don't know if I can really put it up more than Race for Electro Brown or Snoopy Come Home, because those ones have really good stories too. And I'd say more so Race for Electro Brown's more comedy driven than it is more for story. But Snoopy Come Home had an actual story, but with mixed with its comedy. And Voyage, Charlie Brown had definitely the most story and pretty good comedy as well. Now, Boy Named Charlie Brown is sadly my least favorite, but I will eventually do one for that. But tell me in the comments below what you guys are going to think about this video. What do you think of Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown? I think it's great. I'm going to eventually find a VHS tape version if I can, because they had the multi-pack. I don't even think... Yeah, they're all just gray discs. Nothing fancy. But tell me which one of these four is your favorite, and what are your thoughts on Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown. See you next time, and God bless.